Statistics show that failures don't make a comeback. If you're a failure, you're going to be a failure the rest of your life. So if you're watching this video, you're not a failure. Because failures don't look up on YouTube how to make a comeback in life. Failures don't look up how to change their lives. They don't do that because failures, they're happy with failing, so they're not going to actually try to change their life. So you watching this video already proves that you're not a failure. You have time to change your life and actually make a comeback in life. But if you want to make a comeback in your life, you're going to have to foresee failures, which is the first step in making a comeback. You need to see the failures that you can put yourself through. You need to see how you can fail in life, because if you don't have a true vision on what can actually potentially hold you back, then how are you going to succeed? You know, if you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. And if you fail to see the potential ways you can fail in the future, then what are you going to do if you actually do end up in that situation where you actually need to find a way to come out? So for example, if your goal for this new year is to get back in shape, to actually build the body that you want, I want you to sit down and think about how can you fail at this goal? How can you not achieve your goal? Once you actually start writing down, you might have these ideas that maybe I might fail because I won't feel as disciplined one day to go to the gym. Maybe I'll fail because it might be too cold and I just want to stay home where it's warm and I don't really want to go outside. You might fail because you might be sleep deprived, and so since you're sleep deprived, you have no energy, and since you have no energy, you don't want to work out today. You see what I mean? All these different ways that can stop you from achieving your goals. If you actually take time to write them down, then you know what to prepare for. It's easy to visualize our success, right? It's easy to visualize that, yeah, bro, I'm going to have the six-pack by the end of March 2024. I'm going to actually be successful. I'm going to build this business that I want, have a six-pack too on the side. You know, I'm going to do all these things, right? You have all these goals and aspirations in life, but if you end up running into an obstacle, now what? All your success, all your dreams goes out the window because you didn't plan for it. So why not take the time now to think of all the hundreds of ways that you can fail, all the hundreds of ways that you can stop yourself from reaching your true potential. And once you've foreseen your failures, that's when you can create your goals, which is the next step. Problems with the goals that we create is that we create goals that are too easy. We create goals that we can achieve within a month, and then once we achieve those goals, we feel like we made no progress in our life, because the reason you feel like that is because the goals were too easy. If your goals are too easy and you actually achieve them, you're going to feel like, bro, I didn't even do anything at all. What purpose was having these goals if it made me feel like nothing? I remember doing that myself. A couple years ago, I had this goal where, yeah, by the end of this year, in 12 months time, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds of fat. And it's okay, cool, let's lose 10 pounds of fat. But I achieved that goal within 3 months. And it's it made me feel like, okay, now what? Now what am I supposed to do now? This is what happens when your goals are too easy. You hit them too fast, and then you're stuck thinking, now what? What am I supposed to do now? So to combat that, what you want to do is create goals that are a lot harder to achieve. It makes common sense, right? But it's common sense isn't as common anymore, where you want to create goals and then you want to multiply by 10. So it's you want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, instead of trying to lose 10 pounds this year, why don't you try to lose 100 pounds? Instead of trying to make $10,000 a month, why don't you try to aim for making $100,000 a month? It doesn't make sense that you'll be thinking to yourself, how is that even possible? What is this dude on? What is he talking about? Now hear me out. Let's say it's January right now, and your goal by December 2024 is to make $100,000 in a month. Your real goal is actually to make $10,000 a month, but you're telling yourself to make $100,000 a month. Now what's going to happen is you're going to make money, right? You're going to make money. Maybe you make $100 in January, you make $200 in February. By June, July, you may be making what? $5,000. By that point, as more time passes, you start thinking to yourself, you are nowhere near the goal that you've set yourself, this $100,000 goal. You don't want to fail your goals, you want to achieve your goals. So what ends up happening is you push yourself even harder to actually achieve this goal, so that, let's say by December you make $30,000 in a month. It's nowhere near the 100,000 you wanted to do, but 30,000 compared to the 10,000 you originally wanted to do is insane. Honestly, it's 3 times higher than the original goal you had. And the reason this happens is because we underestimate our abilities for success. We start thinking, okay, this is what I'm going to achieve and this is what I'm going to do. But the thing is, you're a lot more capable than you actually give yourself credit for. If you actually took time to take advantage of your capabilities, then you would actually see that you can achieve goals that are so much more higher than you actually thought was possible. What you need to keep in mind is what can you do today to move you forwards to your goals rather than pushing yourself back. And this brings me to my next step, which is to limit distractions. You need to figure out everything that pushes you towards your goals and everything that pushes you away from your goals, and you need to make a list of it. And once you've made that list, you take everything that pushes you away from your goals and you delete it from your life. If you want to make the fastest change in your life, just disappear for a couple of months, disappear and delete everything that's stopping you from reaching your true potential. If that means deleting social media for 3 months, then delete social media. If that means not playing video games for the next 2 years to actually build your empire, then by all means stop playing video games. It doesn't matter if GTA comes out, bro. Like GTA 6 is right around the corner. Does that mean you're gonna play it? Are you actually gonna stop and drop all your goals and start playing GTA because GTA 6 just dropped? Because that proves to you that GTA 6 is more important than your goals. It proves to you that talking to your friends on social media is more important to you than your goals. Whatever is more important is going to occupy your time. You know, in Naruto, like I grew up watching Naruto, so I've watched this like show like 3 times. Naruto, there's this dude called Sasuke, right? And he wants to take revenge on his brother for killing like every one of his like clan member. And so he sets out for vengeance. He sets out to actually train and become strong so he can kill his brother. He finds his brother, he confronts him, he fights him, and he loses. Like he can't beat his brother because he's not strong enough. So he makes it his mission in life to become strong enough to kill his brother one day, and he achieves it. But the sacrifices he had to make to achieve that, he had to leave his village. He had to leave all his friends. He had to embrace his dark side, his need for vengeance. He had to let it overtake him completely for him to become powerful enough to kill his brother. Like it sounds real messed up, but if you think about it, like you need to eliminate every single distraction from your life if you want to become successful. A man needs to align 100% of his life to his purpose in order to become successful. There's this rule in aviation when you're flying planes called the 1 in 60 rule, where if you're flying a plane and you're just 1 degree off track, for every 60 miles that you travel, you're going to be 1 mile away from your destination. Imagine that. Just 1 degree. It doesn't even have to be that much. You can be going straight like that, but if you like deviate just that little bit, this 1 degree difference is going to make you off track by like miles, bro. Like this is why like it's so important for you to like stay locked in and focus all your time and attention to your goals. Like what is going to bring you closer to your goals, and eliminate everything that's not going to bring you closer to your goals. Because nobody out here is going to tell you, bro, you're slacking off, you need to actually sit down and focus on your goals. Nobody's going to tell you that. They would much rather see you play COD. They would much rather see you play Modern Warfare 3 or Fortnite with them or whatever, bro, honestly. And it doesn't have to be permanent, because of course you're going to eventually hit the level of success that you're trying to achieve. But until that happens, why are you going to hold yourself back? Why are you going to make it harder for yourself, take longer for you to actually achieve these goals when you can hit it a lot faster than when you actually sit down and focus? Figure out what your distractions are. Like for me specifically, like deleting social media like made a big impact on like my productivity. Deleting social media, not playing video games, quitting caffeine, quitting music, fasting like 2-3 times a week. All these like little habits that it doesn't really make sense like for a normal person to do it, but you're not normal if you're watching this, bro. Like you're like, if you're this far into the video, you're not normal. Like come on, bro. Like we're not normal people. We're actually trying to make a difference in our lives. So why don't we actually stop doing what everybody else is doing and actually start doing what like successful people are doing? Because successful people and what everybody else is doing is completely different. You know that. So why do you want to be like everybody else? Everybody else is going to be a failure. The last thing you want to do is keep moving forward. You're gonna have setbacks. You're gonna have people test you. You're gonna have life test you. God will test you. Everything will test you. But it's only testing you to make you stronger, for you to become the next version of yourself. And the times you mess up or the times you fall back, that's when it's crucial for you to pick yourself back up and keep going. Imagine if you gave up when you started walking as a baby. Would you actually still be walking right now? Like imagine that, bro. Like imagine all these babies around the world, they take the like first 2 steps and then they fall and they never walk again, thinking I fell, there's no point in trying anymore, like I'm just gonna fall again. Like you have that mindset, like there's nobody in this world who would actually start walking anymore. But you know, the baby, they'll fall, it'll pick itself back up and it'll start walking again. It'll fall again and pick itself back up and then keep walking. Like it'll keep doing this over and over again to the point where it's able to walk without falling. That's where you are right now. Like if you never gave up walking as a baby, you wouldn't be walking right now. It's the same thing with all these goals that you set out to achieve for yourself, this comeback that you want to make for yourself. You need to persevere and you need to never give up. You got to realize that life has an algorithm too. You know how social media has an algorithm to show you exactly what you like? You'll ignore what you don't like on social media and you'll swipe and interact with all the posts that you actually enjoy. And so social media will continuously curate content specifically just for you so that it keeps you hooked. That same way, life has an algorithm too. Like, you can train the algorithm of life to give you more of what you're thinking about and what you're focusing on by doing it more. So if you're constantly consumed under stress and anxiety and fear, thinking my life is terrible, my life is never going to change, then why would it change? Because this is what you're constantly ruminating over. You're constantly thinking about how your life is terrible and how like you can't make a change in your life. So why would the algorithm change? Why would it show you anything different? But if you actually neglect that, you press like the not interested button in all these thoughts in your life, then it will start to shift. You start thinking about positive thoughts. You start thinking about how I'm going to achieve my goals by whatever means necessary. You're going to achieve your goals by cutting off everything that doesn't serve you. Once you start doing that, the algorithm will start shifting in your favor and you start attracting the life that you want, the life that you wanted, the life that you want by making the greatest comeback of your life. And so whatever thoughts and actions you put yourself through will completely dictate the algorithm that your life will give you. And by doing that, you'll make the greatest comeback of your life.